In 2012, the Olympics are coming to London.
It's a big year for Londoners, so we wanted to find out more about what the Olympics means to local people.
I think it's a good thing. It should bring in a lot of jobs, a lot of income. They're having it in the right area, so I hope that I can get a job there. It would be good if the locals can get a job there.
I think it's going to improve the area a lot. I think there's going to be new facilities that we haven't had already, and I think it's just going to be bigger than Stratford, not just Stratford, it's going to be wider than that. And I think it'll encourage more young people to take up sport too.
Well, if it gave me a job out of it, then I'd be even more happy, but I haven't got work out of it, and it's just made traffic and made my days longer, but in the long run it'll be alright, I think.
People are losing jobs because of the Olympics, and people are gaining jobs for the Olympics, so at the end of the day, government, they're the winners. People who were the winners, people that live in Stratford originally, they're not winning anything. The government is showing like, oh, look at us, look what we can do, we can throw a good party and that. But the people who actually live in Stratford, we live in the East End, we can watch it on TV, watching the big screen, but we're not winning anything. We're not winners, the government are winners.
There's good and there's bad. Good is that they are bringing more minority people, like basically ethnic minority from different countries and that. And their employment as well, they're providing employment. Yeah, but bad-wise, I think this economy itself has got too much for them to take up the Olympics and say, yeah, you know.
It's like, look at us, look at what we can do, kind of thing. It's like, it's bragging rights. It's like the boast, local, we're London, we're the best.
It's going to be busy in there. It's going to be really busy. It's going to be like me to be difficult to go to college and to be in trains because of the Olympic that they're making. So if they're making Olympic, it's going to be really difficult to me to travel and come back. So I wish that they never made around here. I wish that they made it somewhere else.
Some of the venues that will be built for the Olympics will be temporary, but many of them will stay behind after. For example, the velodrome for cycling, the BMX track, the main stadium, the aquatic centre. The other thing that there'll be is that the athletes' village will turn into housing. And that housing, again, whenever you build new housing, there's a commitment that a percentage of it is affordable. Clearly, the Olympic bid in 2005 was won really for two reasons. One was because it was going to bring what's generally called regeneration to this part of East London. And the other was that it was going to inspire young people and people of all ages to take part in more sport.
What we're doing is taking some children from schools around the local area in Hackney and bring them all together and just trying to enthuse them, getting them thinking about how engineering affects everyday life, potentially, energy, but more today about sport with the Olympics coming up and how engineers have, over time, made us faster and jump higher and run further and all of those things that just make the Olympics exciting.
Well, I think the biggest aim of the Olympics is to make it the greenest one that's sort of ever happened, try and make it as carbon neutral as possible. So there's a lot gone in, from taking land that's contaminated and cleaning that up, and new ideas have gone into that, into the actual, and onto the design process that's happening to make everything as efficient as possible, try and keep green spaces involved in it.
We claim, and it will be brilliant to see if it's true, to be building, and I'm a structural engineer, so this is exciting, the fastest velodrome that's ever been built yet. And it's all to do with a combination of corners and how steep you make the bankings and things, and that's incredibly exciting. It'd be great to see, because if they have got that right, with the technology that's going into making more aerodynamic bikes and things as well, and obviously the athletes training so hard towards it. It'll be great to see, because if they've nailed that down, we'll get some new world records going on.
Boxing's traditionally quite a hard sport. It's a tough mental sport as well, and physical sport. We get a lot of young people that come from the doors. They come from varied backgrounds, some from broken homes, some from come from gangs, hard to reach areas, estates. But it's about breaking down barriers, and they have to deal with anger management issues, behavioural issues, and this is their way of challenging that in the ring. So it's rather than combating their problems and angers out in the street, join a boxing club, learn the right technique, and then do it in the proper environment.
I'm a 4-time Paralympic swimmer. Been to Atlanta, Sydney, Athens, and last year Beijing. So I'm a well-experienced athlete. Well, 2012 has really allowed the Paralympic Games to be put into the spotlight. The Paralympics has not always been known like it should be. It's always been seen in the shadow of the Olympics. But 2012 have really made an effort. It's getting better, and I just think that 2012 will be a massive opportunity for the Paralympics to take centre stage and to be proud of what it is.
I think there'll be a lot of pressure on the females, especially Team GP in the 2012. I do feel that a lot of people still see it as negative and that women shouldn't box, but I think they'll be surprised at the standards at the Olympics. And I think people will be able to appreciate the sport for what it is, and rather look at it on a male-female thing, just appreciate that they're good boxers. It'd be absolutely unbelievable to get a gold medal at the Olympics. It'd be unbelievable to participate at the Olympics as well. There's a tough group, the 60-kilogram group. So at the moment, my aspirations is to get to the final. And then once you're in the final, you give it everything that you've got. You know, you come out of silver, you come out of gold, but I think you've got to aim for gold and then be happy with whatever you get, as long as you give it 100%, because it's Olympic final, so you've got to give it everything, 4 rounds of everything.
It's a real opportunity for people to see the world's greatest athletes come to their front door, and in turn, that will naturally inspire these people, youngsters, old people, to start getting active, getting into some kind of physical sport, and to make better lives of themselves. And it will encourage, a lot of kids, hopefully, to come off street corners, being bored with their time, and to go into structured sporting environments where they will learn skills for life. And so 2012, I see it to be a massive opportunity to inspire a nation to change their habits for the better.
Only really time will tell about whether it's been money well spent. If you look back at other Olympic Games, Barcelona, Athens, some people think that Barcelona had many benefits. Mainly people think that the legacy from Athens really wasn't helpful for the people of Athens. So in a way, we won't know until 2014, 15, 16 whether the money has been well spent.
The Olympics will have its challenges, and we need to be sure that local people are part of it.
But it's also a chance to bring people together, face new challenges, and show the world what London's really made of.